Most people know Sam Altman as the CEO of OpenAI, the man who runs the most powerful AI company in the world. What most people do not know is that he has been quietly building a second portfolio: nuclear power, brain-computer interfaces, biometric identity, fusion energy, AI infrastructure, robotics. A map of investments so interconnected, so deliberately positioned, that it operates less like a personal portfolio and more like a blueprint for who controls the next 50 years of technology. Today we are mapping it. And more importantly, we are identifying the public stocks sitting inside that map right now. The ones you can buy today, before the market fully prices in what this means. Sam Altman is not a passive investor. He is the CEO of OpenAI, the company that triggered the AI revolution and forced every major technology company on Earth to reorient their entire strategy. Microsoft invested $13 billion into OpenAI. Google accelerated Gemini in direct response. Amazon committed to Anthropic. Meta rebuilt their entire AI team. Apple announced Apple Intelligence. All of this because of one company, because of Altman. But here is what matters for investors. Every investment Altman makes is not independent. Each one feeds the others. OpenAI needs energy, massive amounts of energy, to run its data centers. So Altman invested in Helion and backed Oklo. OpenAI needs to know who is using its systems. So Altman co-founded Tools for Humanity, the biometric identity company. OpenAI needs next-generation interfaces. So Altman funded Merge Labs, a brain-computer interface startup that received $252 million from OpenAI. Oklo, ticker OKLO. Oklo builds small modular nuclear reactors. Sam Altman took Oklo public. He sits on the board. The company has announced partnerships with Meta and Nvidia to provide clean, reliable power for AI data centers. Here is why this matters. AI data centers consume extraordinary amounts of electricity. The demand is growing faster than the traditional grid can expand. Small modular reactors are compact, scalable, zero emissions. They are purpose-built for the energy demands of the AI era. The thesis on Oklo is not the current revenue. It is the contract pipeline, as hyperscalers commit to long-term power purchase agreements they cannot get anywhere else. High risk, early stage. Verify current price and targets before publishing. Constellation Energy, ticker CEG, the most conservative play on this entire map. Constellation Energy is the largest nuclear power operator in the United States. They reactivated 3 Mile Island, yes, that 3 Mile Island, to supply power to Microsoft's AI data centers under a 20-year power purchase agreement. Profitable, cash-generating, a real operating business today. If Oklo is the high-risk, high-reward nuclear play, Constellation is the institutional-grade version, a 20-year contract with Microsoft. That is not speculation, that is contracted revenue. Nvidia, ticker NVDA. Every company on this map runs on Nvidia. OpenAI trains on Nvidia H100s and B200s. Oklo's power contracts are partly driven by Nvidia's data center expansion. Merge Labs will require Nvidia compute to function. Nvidia is the infrastructure layer of the entire AI economy. Every bet on AI is partially a bet on Nvidia. The risk is valuation. Nvidia trades at a significant premium. The bull case is a near monopoly on the hardware that runs the most important technological shift of our generation. Microsoft, ticker MSFT. The single most direct public investment in OpenAI's success. $13 billion invested. Exclusive Azure cloud partnership. Every ChatGPT API call runs through Azure infrastructure. Every enterprise OpenAI deployment is a Microsoft revenue event. If you can only own one name on this entire map, Microsoft is the most defensible, most diversified, most liquid way to own it. Not the highest upside, the most reliable exposure. Micron Technology, ticker MU. This is the supply chain play most investors miss. High bandwidth memory, HBM, is the memory architecture that makes AI training and inference possible at scale. Every Nvidia GPU requires it. Every AI data center is built on it. Micron is one of the primary manufacturers of HBM in the United States. As AI model complexity increases, the memory requirement scales faster than almost any other component. The quietest name on the list, possibly the most important infrastructure play, verify current revenue figures and price before publishing. Butterfly Network. Ticker BFLY. This one requires more explanation because the connection is not obvious. Butterfly Network makes handheld ultrasound devices powered by semiconductor chips. The founders of Merge Labs, Sam Altman's brain-computer interface startup that received $252 million from OpenAI, came directly from Butterfly Network's team. The same semiconductor-driven sensing technology that powers a handheld ultrasound is foundational to the hardware layer of brain-computer interfaces. This is the highest risk name on the list, but it is a direct supply chain bet on an industry that OpenAI is actively funding into existence. Size accordingly. Verify market cap before publishing. Quantum SI, ticker QSI, single molecule protein sequencing. That is what Quantum SI does. Brain-computer interfaces require ultra-precise biological sensing. Understanding protein structures, the language of biology, is foundational to making implantable devices that can interface with the human nervous system without rejection. Quantum SI sits at the intersection of biology, semiconductors, and AI. Small company, small market cap. Potentially extraordinary upside if the BCI market develops as projected. The deepest asymmetric bet on the list. Verify market cap before publishing. Step back and look at what this map actually is. It is not 7 random technology bets. It is a complete ecosystem. Energy for the compute, Oklo and Constellation. The compute itself, Nvidia. The software platform, Microsoft and OpenAI. The memory that runs the models, Micron. The hardware sensing layer of the next interface, Butterfly Network and Quantum SI. Every link in the chain is represented. The gold rush analogy always applies. Everyone talks about who strikes gold. The real money was in picks, shovels, and supply chains. Nvidia is the picks and shovels. Micron is the ore processing. Constellation and Oklo are the fuel. Understanding the infrastructure layer of a revolution is always more reliable than betting on which single company wins it. Every major technological revolution in history had the same structure. During the California gold rush, the people who got rich were not primarily the gold miners. They were the people selling picks, the people selling shovels, the people building the railways into California. Levi Strauss did not mine gold. He sold durable pants to people who did. The AI revolution has the same structure. OpenAI and its competitors are the miners. They are hunting for the gold. Artificial general intelligence. Nvidia sells the picks, the GPU chips every AI company needs. Micron supplies the ore processing, the memory that makes it run. Constellation and Oklo supply the fuel, the electricity powering the data centers. Butterfly Network and Quantum SI supply the sensing layer for the interfaces that come after the models. Microsoft is the railway into California, the infrastructure every enterprise needs to access AI at scale. You do not have to predict which AI company wins the race. You only have to identify who supplies the race, regardless of who crosses the finish line first. That is what this map is. That is why these 7 names matter. Before we close, the honest version. This is not a buy list. These are not personalized recommendations. Every stock on this map carries real risk. Oklo has no revenue and a highly speculative timeline. Butterfly Network and Quantum SI are small companies that could fail entirely. Even Nvidia, at its current valuation, carries significant risk if AI spending cycles slow or a competitor closes the hardware gap. What this map is a framework, a way of understanding which companies sit inside the largest technological shift of the next 20 years. Before you go, something is waiting for you. At sovereignwealthtv.com, we have put something aside, not for everyone, for the people who show up, who do the work, who stay until the end of a video like this one. Go to sovereignwealthtv.com. Present your seal word when you arrive. What is waiting is our way of recognizing the ones who are serious. Drop a comment below right now. Which of the 7 stocks are you watching, and why? Or, is there a name on this map you think I missed? I read every comment. Share this with one person who is trying to understand where AI money is actually flowing. Hit subscribe. We do not chase headlines. We track what is happening before the headline. This is Sovereign Wealth. Stay sharp, stay sovereign.